Hello there. I just wanted to make a quick video on this techno sorcery. I'm not sure if you could see, but there's like kind of a face in here. Now I just drew a cross on it, and I had also drawn a swastika. You can see another face showing up right here, and I drew a swastika here, just because I know it pisses them off. I'm not really a Nazi. Actually, I think there's a lot of things about the war that they don't tell you about World War II. So you can see another image showing up here. Now, it looks more prominent on the camera. It's actually manifesting in reality, like the mouth, the eyes. You'll see this change. I drew the swastika, I cleaned out where it was dirty, and I had basically made a sign of a swastika, and it's filling back in. Now this was totally clean. So it seems like they can somehow, I don't know what it is. It's like they could take dust. It's like they can manipulate dust or dirt or powders or from the experiments I've done, they can manipulate very, very lightweight, like powders or like they could, like even water, but if it's very, very, very thin, they could kind of manipulate that so that you could see images in it. Like you can see images just appearing right before your eyes. Here's a face that's very angry. Now watch, I'll just like flick it. I'll just be like, bam, bam, bam. See what I did to it? Or I'll just be like, I'll just rub some out. Like I don't know what it's gonna do now. It's like I don't like that look on your face, so watch, it'll change. It'll change right in front of you. Come on, do something. But you'll see it'll change. So like, look at that. Look what just happened. Isn't that fascinating? How, look, I don't know what it's gonna show, but it's got a cross on its head. It's gonna try to fill it in. Now I'm gonna do this again. Right now they're using directed energy weapons like on my shoulder for some reason. It's like they always try to like, I don't know what it is. It's like they try to hurt my shoulder, but it's like I just laugh at them. I think like I don't know. I think I have some like spiritual power. So if I do, it's like I don't know. In the name of Jesus, get the hell off my shoulder now before I get pissed off. Before I call the wrath of God down on you. Let's see if that actually works. Okay, that's not. It's still kind of pinching a little bit. But I guess they don't like this. I guess they can't take this, eh? Well, you're in my house. This is my property. I had purchased this property. It doesn't belong to you, it belongs to me. So if you want to fight, I'm talking to whatever the hell these things are, but it's probably just, more than likely it's just, I'm under surveillance, and they're just, I don't know how they could do this. It's some kind of techno sorcery, but it's definitely, I believe it's definitely technology related. I think they can control dust. It's like they're nanobots. Or perhaps they could use directed energy weapons to somehow, like, I don't know, do some kind of charge. And it attracts dust particles, I think, and it starts etching. That's my theory on it. Anyhow, but yeah, like you'll see, look, it's changing right before our eyes. Isn't that something? Like, it's amazing, actually. Now, I want to mount my phone. I have another camera recording here, but this is just like, it's fascinating. So let's see what else. By the way, this is just like it's a storage house, I guess you could say. But it's my property, I actually live next door. So I just want to make this video just to show that there's definitely technologies that are out there that they keep secret. That they slowly allow people, I guess, into their society or their circle, or whatever they want to call it. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's like, it feels pretty freaking evil. All of it. It's all trauma-based mind control, It's a lot of Marxism. There's a lot of satanic Talmudism. It's not. It's pretty much fuck. It's satanic. What can I say, right? And it's like, even all these, like, I think these things are supposed to be in the Bible what they call, what are they, like, I don't know if they're principalities or like enmities. What else did they call them? It's like all the things that God says was an abomination. I think you're not supposed to call upon these things. I do call upon them though, because they don't scare me. Like, they're just pictures, and you know what? I'm pretty sure, like, I am 99.9% sure it's nothing supernatural. It's just technology, because all these things want to do, for some reason, everybody just still needs money. Like, no matter what, it's like they drain you financially, because, you know, I'm a targeted individual. So they drain you financially, they put you through all this, like, suffering and shit like that. They try to scare you, they try to induce, like, mental disorders on you. Meanwhile, the regressive left, that same group of Neo-Marxists, useful, even their own mentors call them useful idiots. They don't even know, they're basically, everything is racist in countries with the least amount of racism, and they don't even know if they're male or female, and there's like 100 genders. So these are the people that call me, that try to make you crazy. I think it's because they're crazy. But there's actually some, I guess, some deeper forces. By the way, they're very perverted also, so you're going to hear the term deep. When they say deep, it's like, it's a sex thing. They're just like, they're a sex cult too, right? They're actually phallic worshippers, which is funny, because if you look into their society, a lot of their top guys, like Bohemian Grove and Freemasons, are all male fraternities. So it's like, you know what? I think their agenda is just to kind of make everybody, you know, basically, yeah, they want to turn people. Trust me, they've been trying to do that to me for a long time. They actually like me a lot. So, I'm just. See, I got another camera here too. This place is a disaster right now, because it's like I've been trying to develop security systems. I think so far the box one, I think, is I think I made him go a little bit crazy, but they have different points of entry into the home, into the property, and I have to go up in the attic and find out exactly where. Or maybe they circumvented my little alarm system here, my box alarm system. I have 20 cameras, none of them can record. They loop videos, they mask things. I have motion sensors, they don't work. It's like if you know anything about being a targeted individual, they can use something called remote neural monitoring, where they could actually, it pretty much reads your thoughts, but it's not really your thoughts. They actually, from what I've experimented with them, they can just hear your inner voice, but they don't know what the context of what you mean is. Because I've been because like they basically like went into little frenzies when they don't agree with what you think, but they've even misrepresented the context of what I was saying a lot. So anyways, that's a whole different story. But I just wanted to show this part. This is like proof that, you see how it's like gone now? And like the face is changing. Now watch. I will draw that back. I got a little rag here. And I'm going to draw it back, and you're going to see it disappear again. So if I go like this, sorry, I have to put this somewhere here. Just finger this. There. So, watch. Do it again. I'm using a rag because I'm making it relatively clean. See how thick it is? See how it laid on thick here? It's like they can attract dust. Somehow they can attract, like, I don't know if they get it out of the air or where it comes from. It just kind of appears, I think it's maybe some type of like nanobots or some type of nanotechnology, or perhaps, like I said, like maybe they have a way to fine-tune directed energy weapons, and they could create some kind of like static charge that will attract the dust. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. David Icke had called it smart dust, but they're actually like nanobots or something like that. What can I say? It's like secret technology, right? They've been using this technology actually to pretty much make the world into the kind of the fucked up place that it is. And yeah, they just want to parasite people. You know, it's like the war machine, right? It's like that's what they you know, there's lots of money for bombs, there's lots of money for killing all the time. And meanwhile there's like no money for the infrastructure of your own country. There's lots of money for a welfare state. You'll notice that a lot of European Christian countries have been completely infiltrated by as Yuri Bezimov would say, the world communist system, or basically Marxist. So it's like, so like, yeah, that's those guys. And if you listen to some of David Duke, it's like there's a lot of truth there, and you know, there's a lot of there's something very consistent in communism, let's say. And you know, like you can do your own research, but honestly, it's like underneath communism, it's like Satanism. Like it just is, believe me. And a lot of stuff, it's like a lot of what people do, these cult members, these Marxist communist fucking Stasi Zerzetzung cult members, a lot of what they manifest is actually in the Talmud, and a lot of them are oblivious to like what they're really involved in. So I'm here to try to bring some awareness anyway to all this. And I'm starting off by, I guess, this. You can now kind of see, hold on, let me get a pointer. You can kind of see like I'm a teacher here. So you can kind of see like the eyes here. You'll see like little faces. Let me bring this up. You'll see like let me try to focus. It's going right on YouTube. You'll see the eyes here. Now we're gonna see this. I know it looks crazy, it's a swastika, but just trust me, they're Marxists. They're basically commies. They're like communism and Satanism is diametrically opposed to Christianity and nationalism. They're opposite. And it's like a lot of this stuff is biblical. Like, believe it or not, Satan like wanted to unite the whole world as one, so he could actually rule it. It sounds good, but it's like, I don't know, like not with the guys in charge of doing it, like as it is now. Maybe it is, but like not with these guys. Not with these guys in charge. So like, you know, in the Bible, it said like how God broke up. He said he broke up like the whole world. I think he gave everybody different languages, which means like he broke up the world, and that was like actually to keep Satan from having, you know, a global power. Because if you have, you know how it goes. If one person has too much power, they become usually tyrannical and they're very hard to fight. So like, you know, if you have everybody kind of broken up, it's not too bad. You know, someone gets out of line, everybody else can put them in check. So that's not what Satan wants. They want to rule the world and make it an Orwellian, basically an Orwellian nightmare. And believe me, that's what being a targeted individual is. They the one video he made before he died, he goes, it's like, if you want to imagine the future, it's imagine like a boot stepping on a face forever. And like, yeah, that's what they want to do. They live off your suffering. They like it. But I'm not afraid of them. It's like I challenge them openly. I emasculate them. I basically repeatedly call them my bitch, because that's what they are. They're a bunch of bitches. Trust me, they're bitches. They literally act like women. And Mark Passio has a video, look it up, called "Most Men Are Chicken Shit Cowards." He said it, and I couldn't, like, he said it, and I thought he was speaking figuratively. No, it's literal. Like, they really are. They're like women. And it's the feminization of society. That's why you see Europe the way it is, because there's no strong men left. They want to it's like a battle royal. You have to get rid of the strongest people first. They know. You know, in a battle royal, what happens if you have like a really massive guy? He's just going to smash everyone. So what everybody has to do is they have to gang on that guy, get rid of him, so they even have a chance of winning. Everybody else even has a chance of winning. Otherwise, the big guy will just kill everyone. So that's what apparently the strong white male in Christian countries who are not susceptible to ideological subversion, which is like, for example, they can't do it to Russia. Russia knows this game, and they won't let them do it. You got to be one of the countries that are nice, altruistic, like North America or a lot of most Western nations. So, yeah, I know I'm lecturing a lot, but so let's see if anything else is changing here. Like, see how they could. Now, it's interesting because more stuff shows up in my camera. Like, is this a face? Yeah, it is. See how they have, like, see how they can do this? You see this right here? You see what's happening? It's like they can warp plastic. I don't know how they do it, but it's as if it's being embossed. And I had noticed this on pieces of paper before. I'm like, how do they do that? It's like it's being embossed. Embossing is like when you press, you have like a die and you basically press on something and you squish it and it creates, look, right in front of our eyes. It creates basically like valleys and hills, and you get an image out of that. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like, now my camera's hacked too, so I hope this video comes out alright. Because like they hack, it's pretty interesting the way this ritual went. First, they hack your cameras and they make it do all kinds of crazy stuff. And you start to see almost these images. And then what it does is it actually starts to train your mind into seeing these images all the time. That's what it does. So it starts to train your mind. Starts to train your mind to start to see these things, but then they actually manifest in reality. But they only do it like pictures. Like they speak in, I don't know what it is. They just show pictures all the time. They make these pictures. They appear right in front of you. Yeah, it's like it's a trip. You would think it's a ghost or supernatural, but it's just tech. Honestly, there's a lot of people that believe it's ghosts. I think they want you to believe it's spirits, but they're so shallow. Like, they basically just like, they sabotage what I'm doing here, and I grow some, let's just say I grow some orchids, I guess. Yeah, it's like, they steal my money, they break into my house all the time. They keep moving things around. I don't mind that they I don't like it, but I'm trying to find a way to defend myself, because, like, you know, they have a locksmith with locks. They have tech to defeat, like, motion sensors. All my cameras are hacked. I need, like, a Polaroid camera hooked up to, like, a sensor or something. But, like, I'm basically trying to find a way to at least defend one's home right now. Ideologically, there's no match. But now I'm onto the technical aspects of actually trying to defend my home. And I want to try to find a simple way to pretty much share it with everyone, right? I think everybody should have that right. And fuck, I made a lot of sacrifices, I guess you could say. But I'm pretty pissed off, and I'm ready to just start slapping motherfuckers. Like, I'm gonna just start muscling people. Like, I'm not really a skinny guy, so it's like, you know, like I can take care of myself, let's say. Like, most of these people, you know, they're weak. The people that really want to bully people are inherently weak. Something's wrong with them. Now, I know they have a lot of stronger men, and I think people of authority involved in this too. But, you know, hopefully the cycle of violence and their satanic ritual hasn't made them too psycho. Because I think they're losing respect. I think, like, basically this cult's on its way out. The time's almost up. Like, just believe me, it's like, it's a long story, but it's like, they're not... What they do makes no sense. A lot of members, it's so ridiculous that they have to be under mind control. And I've experienced it myself. They can manipulate your emotions. There's like scientific studies where they've done this. They can manipulate your emotions, your your inner voice. They try to reprogram you. Basically, it's pretty easy. They can like flash images in your head. They can stimulate your inner voice, and they'll use that in combination with either pleasure centers in your brain, the increase your sexual, how horny you are, if you're sad, if you're angry. I've seen them do this, and they when they mob you in groups, they synchronistically, instantaneously have almost the same reactions. Like it's freaking trippy. It's like there's like a bunch of little drones or something, man. And I know they're under mind control, and it's like I don't think people even understood a lot of it. I was under some slight form of mind control. I still kind of am. They give you an ADD. They keep you busy all the time, so it's like it's hard to like kind of get some peace, but just whatever. It's like I'm not really worried about it. Let's just say they're jealous of me. And by the way, they're very envious and jealous. It's one of the reasons you're targeted. It's actually beneath it all. It's actually even that part doesn't make any sense because their people have the most power. They have the most money. In their society, everything's about money. It's all about having power. There's no morals. There's no integrity. There's no dignity. There's no. You actually have to give that up to be part of their group. There's no honor. That's it's pretty fucked up shit. So anyways, they're not really doing this right now. They're afraid. Well, actually, this part, you'll see this part here, it's kind of getting filled in, right? So it's fascinating, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop this now and I want to post this.